Governor Newsom also made probably his most repulsive and despicable comment this week when he said Republicans give rapists more rights than families trying to get in vitro fertilization, IVF. By the way, we're going to deal with that later in the week.
Sean Hannity having a little bit of trouble with his teleprompter there, and also a little bit of trouble with the difficult political position that he and the right have been put in, because the Alabama Supreme Court obviously decided that frozen embryos are the same as full-on adults, and some Republicans liked that because, hey, we can use that to roll back reproductive rights in other areas. It's a precedent, but wait, that's utter madness. So some of them are backing off. They don't know exactly what to say. Literally, senators being asked about this are like, that's a conversation for a different time. They don't know what they're supposed to do. But Sean Hannity is more mad at Gavin Newsom, or at least he'd have you believe that, than at the Republicans who've put them in this position. Here, at least, is what Newsom actually said.
Think about this, Jake. You know this. Everybody knows this. You saw the stats. 65,000 births due to rapes since Dobbs in 14 states. Apparently, what the Republican Party is saying is the rapists have more rights to bring those babies to birth than families that are trying desperately to have the privilege you and I have had as fathers and parents. It is a disgrace, and it's a political problem for them, but it's a moral issue. And I found what happened in Alabama disgusting. And by the way, you have an AG in Alabama that also is out there promoting a travel ban that wants to criminalize travel for anyone that seeks an abortion out of state. That's how extreme the state of the Republican Party is.
So Hannity, what did Gavin Newsom say that's untrue? He's right. In many of these states, the rapist's child will be born, but a family who's tried for multiple years to have a child, now they're going through multiple rounds of IVF, spending, I don't know, $20, $30, $50,000, doesn't. In terms of being able to bring a child into the world, the Republican Party has lined up with the rapists versus the families that want IVF, at least in Alabama, and many Republicans are coming out and saying they agree with this. Now, obviously, there's some disagreement, but you should be more mad at the Republicans that make your side look crazy than at the Democrat who's pointing out that your side looks crazy. Danielle, what do you think?
I mean, I was trying to listen to Gavin Newsom and figure out like where he was telling the lie. There are 25,000 assault, like babies that were born via rape in just Texas alone, right? So I mean, none of these are facts. These are researched facts that have happened, and I know that they don't love those. But the fact is that they have allowed and created a climate where you cannot have an abortion if in cases of rape, in cases of incest, and then in many ways you are forcing women to bear children out of the most vicious trauma that they could have ever received. And so where is the lie here? Right? And also for those places that do have those caveats and cutouts, they're not actually real, because I've spoken to many abortion rights activists.
Yeah. They're written somewhere. Good luck actually falling under those exceptions. That's political cover. That's all those are. Your experience may vary, Americans, but yeah. And look, maybe I'm gonna get in trouble or whatever. Okay, and I'm not. This is what I'm about to say is not about all Republicans, but can we like dispense with the idea that Republicans and Democrats think that rape is as bad on both sides? I mean, they both think it's bad, but do they think it's as bad? How many Republicans make apologies for rapists, excuses for rapists? I mean, they don't want it to happen, sure, especially if it's a member of their family, but like, what were you wearing? And like, where were you? And were you drinking? I mean, what did you say? I mean, boys will be boys. I mean, is it really that bad? Am I wrong? Am I the bad guy? Because I would say that if you violate someone's bodily autonomy in that way, that is literally one of the most horrific things you can do. And I don't give a damn what you're wearing or where you are. There's no excuses for it. But the Republicans often think that there is. And Hannity, I'll say again, why are you more mad at me than at the Republicans making excuses for rapists and making your side look like monsters?